Hi, welcome to this new Triggre Weekend Masterclass, and this is the final episode regarding the production assembly template. We had several steps where we added maintenance, where we added to create orders, to process orders, to add the quantity of those orders automatically to your inventory. And today we are going to talk about the sum of all these things because we are going to create functionality that the system automatically create orders. So you don't have to pay attention of what parts need to be ordered. No, the system does that for you. First, I'm going to show you how that works in the application because I changed a little thing into the application. But the main differences are in the designer because, like I said, it's automatically, so we don't need a user interface for that. So let's go to the application first, because there's one thing that's majorly important in this case. That's at the inventory control page. Because I added a column over here, which is called quantity pending. What we do is we check every day if a part goes, the inventory goes below the minimum stock. And if it does, it automatically sends, the order creation that we created in the previous episodes. It does that automatically and sends that to the supplier. However, if I don't use quantity pending, the order probably won't be in on the same day. So the next day, the system says, oh, we're still below the minimum quantity. Oh, we need to order it again. And the day after, and the day after, until you finally process the order, but you, in the end, already had 6 additional orders. So that's why you need quantity pending. You also see the button Test Automatic Ordering here. What I do is I always create a button where I can test things like this. So without changing the application and without waiting until the following morning to see if there's a result. So that's something to keep in mind as well. I'll show you in a second how that works. But let's go to the designer, and first I'm going to sketch what I've created so that you have a general idea of how you can create this for yourself. Automatic ordering is mainly based on automation flows. And in this case we need 2. And we need 2 because I'm a little bit lazy. So we have a scheduled automatic trigger. And what that does is it goes through all the parts that we have and checks if the item is below the minimum stock. If it does that, it marks that part with a date time that it should get an automatic order. By changing the date of that specific property of that part, I also created an automation flow that checks if that date has been changed. And if it does, I can execute the exact same flow parts that I would do if I would do that manually. Of course, you can do it in a different way, but then I have to recreate all that functionality. And in this case, I prefer not to. Because if you can use the same flow parts in different sections, chances are lower that an error occurs, or if you have an error, that it's only in one place instead of multiple places. Automation flows. So we have the scheduled automatic order, and the only thing that it does is it runs the automatic ordering flow part, which I will explain in a second. And all the orders that have been marked as order them automatically, they will be picked up by this automation flow, because what we do here is we have a part, and when it's edited, and in this case we only want to have a specific property to have been edited, because else, if you would use it, it would automatically create an order for the supplier. That's not what you want. So I've created a mark as automatic order. So when that specific date time is changed, this automation flow will run, and it will create the order, update the part with the pending new order, and create a PDF and send that PDF to the supplier. This specific one is because we need to create the pending quantity so that the system doesn't overorder. That also means that this specific flow part needs to be added to the manual process as well. Please don't forget that, because else you get two different types of functionality. It doesn't work. Well, let's first look at the automatic ordering flow part, and it states, well, we look at all the parts that has an inventory plus the quantity pending is lower than the minimum stock, because if they are lower than the minimum stock, we would like to reorder, and we update the mark to be automatically ordered date at these parts. So we just add the current date time to it, and then it will be picked up by the other automation flow. And the other automation flow will just order the order, change the pending quantity, like I said here, because the quantity that has been ordered needs to be saved at the part. However, there could be a situation where you have something pending, but including the pending stock, you get below your minimum stock. So you have to add the pending quantity to the already pending quantity. Something that's very important as well. You have to save that at the part, and then you're all set. When we receive the goods and we add them to the inventory, we have to subtract them from the pending quantity as well, because we've received them, so we have to deduct it. So that's what we need to do as well. There we have the recalculate inventory after receiving parts, and that's where we can deduct the pending quantity as well. So we need to add that here. So current inventory plus received items. We need to recalculate the new pending, and we need to store that. You have all the functionality you need. You've created them in several steps, so you don't have to do everything all together and in one go. No, let people get adjusted to the system, to the changes that you've made, but you automated this entire process step by step so that it becomes easier, faster, and more efficient. Hey, I hope you liked this episode. If you do, please like it, subscribe to our channel, and of course, let's see each other next week.